Could you share more about the tip that came in? And we're hearing that, a dog had maybe been barking and the owner went out and saw it. Is that correct? Can you elaborate a little more on
that? It is, and they went out to check on why the dog was barking, went to the rear of their property. They encountered Burham. I'm told that a conversation occurred, brief conversation, asked him what was he doing there, and he said something about camping, and the owner of the property recognized him, got his wife back into, they were in a golf cart, got his wife back into the golf cart and drove away from there so that he could immediately contact us as Burham fled into the woods. And the rest of it played out then as I described for you.
That was in the backyard of your home?
Yes.
You've been saying all week, we're waiting until he makes a mistake. What mistake did he make?
He came out into the open and was spotted by an individual. It's in the area, one of the portions of the area that we have been pushing hard. And as I said to you, that's been our strategy all along, is to push him hard, to have him make a mistake. He finally did. It was spotted. You all had a hand in that by getting the word out and making sure that people knew what he looked like, who he was, and that they needed to call us right away. And they did exactly what we asked and what you asked of them. And so he's in custody.
What was his physical condition when you found him? He's been on the run for over a week now.
Looks tired and worn out, as we thought that he might. He was still wearing his prison pants turned inside out. He was dirty, wet.
Do you see him malnourished or dehydrated or anything like that?
I don't know that I would call him malnourished. It's hard to tell from just looking at him. Again, I would characterize his condition as worn out.
Were there words exchanged from him that you can share with us? What did he say?
We're not going to discuss what was said there. Again, he's being taken back to the station. There will be an interview done there, and he'll be processed and incarcerated.
Any additional details about how he was able to survive for this long on his own? Was there any equipment with him? Did he have anything in his possession when he found it?
He did not have anything in his immediate possession. We will be searching the area to ensure that there is still nothing else there. Over time, he did have access to some equipment that was out there. I told you about bags that were recovered. We did link him to those with DNA, and we knew that he had potentially accessed some survival equipment. To kind of close the loop on one of the reasons that we thought he was armed, and he was not, at least when we physically took him into custody again, we'll be searching that area just to make sure there are not any firearms still around that he dropped or hid. But there was ammunition of a couple of different calibers in those bags that we found. Not ammunition that would have fit a weapon that he used in the original kidnapping. And so that was one of the things that led us to be concerned that he may very well be armed.
You said he approached the perimeter and laid down and was captured then from behind. Had officers seen him and forced him to run towards that other side of the
Oh, yeah. Yes, he was being pursued by the officers along with canines. New York State Police had a bloodhound, and Customs and Border Patrol had a search and patrol dog immediately behind the bloodhound. And so, yes, he was being tracked and pushed by a line of tactical members.
Did he attempt to resist or run away again after officers were?
No, he was taken into custody at gunpoint.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.